Well, the fans hustle inside. Should be a big crowd again here at Amalie Arena. As we look at our matchup in goal, our GMC big matchup.
Yes, it is. As you see the numbers that these two guys have put up this year, the save percentage dropped a little bit for Bishop in that Minnesota game, but .907 the save percentage for Brayton Holby. Behind the bench for the Lightning, you see John Cooper. Second full season with the Lightning. And Barry Trotz, longtime coach of Nashville, the only coach that Nashville knew, is now the head coach here behind the Capitals.
Wes McCauley will handle the opening face-off. He and Mark Lemelin work this game as the referees. Michel Cormier, Shane Heyer are the linesmen. And Steven Stamkos will open this game. Ryan Callahan on his right side. And Valtteri Filppula on the left. Opening line for the Lightning and the defense duo of Anton Stralman and Matt Carl begin this game on the back line. Marcus Johansson in on the forecheck for the Capitals as he is taking Ovechkin's old spot with Nicholas Backstrom on that line. Little change in the last couple of games by Barry Trotz on those lines. We'll catch up with that.
Yeah, one of the things with Barry Trotz, he's really come along and trying to install a whole sense of defense. In other words, what he says when the Washington Capitals are playing well, you have 5 players in all 3 zones, meaning the offense, the neutral, and the defensive zone. Gone are the days when the forwards are way up by the other end and the poor D are back there looking after everything by themselves.
Matt Niskanen, a free agent acquisition from the Penguins, forcing that play in the Lightning zone for a moment, and the pass out of the zone is knocked down. Troy Brouwer enters the zone and fires a save by Bishop. Chris Dingman joins us between the benches tonight. Good evening, Chris.
Good evening, guys. As you touched on, some great goaltending on display this evening. A good save by Ben Bishop early. And also some of the 2 of the best goal scorers in the NHL going head-to-head. It'll be interesting to see how you create some offense without sacrificing too much on the defensive side of things.
Well, Ovechkin on the ice right now, and it's Andrei Burakovsky, the 19-year-old rookie, who is his centerman as of the last couple of days. Lightning control the faceoff. Andrei Palat starts it ahead for the Lightning. His pass deflected by Burakovsky. Here's Ovechkin. Down that left side, trying to cut to the middle. His pass was played away by Jason Garrison. There's a shot dribbled in on goal. Orpik took it, and Joel Ward out in front deflected it. Orpik fires again, and it's blocked. John Carlson keeps it in the zone. Radko Gudas tipping it up the boards. Nikita Kucherov slides the puck to center.
That's going to be a battle. If you get Gudas out against Ovechkin, both of them love to hit. Ovechkin has 38 hits already as a forward. He's back to where he was 3 or 4 years ago when he hit everything that moved.
When you look at 38 hits and 38 shots, do you say he should shoot more, or how much does he hit? It's right out in front and right to Jason Chimera. His drive is tipped away.
Maybe one kind of offsets or sets up the other.
Takes a shot, goes after a rebound, and then hits the defender.
There you go.
Gets his money's worth. Alex Killorn with a shot. That was blocked. And the stick of Eric Fehr broke. Lightning holding in the zone. Here's Killorn feeding it now. Eric Brewer couldn't get a shot away. Fehr with a new stick that quickly from the Capitals bench prevented that. Evgeny Kuznetsov with a drop pass taken over by the Lightning. Around for Brewer. Tom Wilson on the forecheck in there. The puck moved around to Killorn. Chief, once again, he's on right wing, but he's on a different unit.
Yeah, you know, and you and I both talked to him this morning about that. He said he really likes playing right wing. He says it sets him up better offensively when he has the rush down there. The puck's in the middle of the ice. And defensively, he says he can take more of the passes on his forehand rather than the backhand as a left winger.
That he played some right wing at Harvard in college, but not much in the pros. But John Cooper says when he was asked this morning, how do you like Killorn on right wing? He says, I like Killorn, period. But he says that he really likes his awareness over there, and his vision of the ice is certainly very, very good, and he can handle that move to the off wing. Here's Stamkos stepping into one, and he drives a rolling puck wide. Callahan gets there in time to hold it in. Caps bring it back. Strawman holds him up as Brouwer tried to dump it in. Matt Carl gave it up to Niskanen at center. Niskanen hitting the 500-game mark in their last outing. That was a loss to the Detroit Red Wings. As they've dropped 3 out of their last 4. Caps come in at 4-3-2. Here's Stamkos shooting. And it was off the stick of Alzner and deflected out by Holtby.
Let's take a look at the keys to the game tonight, brought to you by your Southern Ford dealers. And discipline's going to be a factor. When you play against a Barrie Trotz team, they are a very disciplined team. You have to match that. You got to make sure you're playing your lanes. And the penalty kill, they have a tremendous power play, especially on the road. Only Pittsburgh has a better power play on the road than Washington, so their penalty kill is going to be important tonight.
That shot whistled wide by Gudas. Lightning have been near perfect on the kill on home ice, so that sets up to be a great matchup as Holtby snatches that wrist shot by Garrison.
The quickness of the Lightning is what's really going to be a factor as well, Rick. I think if you can get that line going, especially in the offensive zone, this Johnson, Palat, Kucherov line is so quick that they can really turn that defensive team into knots.
Winning faceoffs too, a big part of it. Starting with the puck, making the other team chase.
Burakovsky will face off against Tyler Johnson, who had his point streak ended the other night. Here's a shot by Garrison. It's over the net. And Kucherov taking on Carlson. Palat wins the puck. He finds Johnson immediately. And Kucherov's pass in front just tipped wide by Palat. With a telepathic communication. Johnson in front is stopped by Holtby as Gudas held it in. Young players finding each other and knowing where each other is on the ice.
Chemistry, that's the thing, and you can't. I like what Tyler Johnson said. You can write down the lines, and even in practice you can play as a unit, but you never can really know what you're going to be like until you play the game. Right from the day one when they put this trio together, they were outstanding.
Bouncing puck controlled by Jonathan Drouin. Picked up an assist and 4 shots the other night against the Flyers. Holtby out to play the puck. A reverse to Mike Green. Puck pried loose on the forecheck by the Lightning. Vlad Namestnikov trying to hold it in along with Drouin, who's on the left side, and Killorn on the right. Although Alex did tell us, Chief, he says it matters where the first player in the zone is, and then you kind of fill in the positions from there. It's not really that strict a right or left wing. Here's Brewer on the wraparound. He's stopped by Holtby.
Reminds me of a guy I played with, Mike Peluso. I had to move over the right side. I went back in the left-hand side one time. He's screaming at me, get over the right side, you're a right winger. So things have changed a little bit, guys.
Yeah, there's a much more straight line game back then.
Up and down. Get over there. Get over there.
Now it's F1, F2, F3, referring to the different forwards as they go to work in one zone or the other. Strawman. Brendan Morrow across to Carl. He's met there by Michael Latta. Latta out of the Nashville organization. Barrie Trotz knew him there. He came to the Caps last year in the deal that sent Philip Forsberg to the Predators. Carl. Off the stick of J.T. Brown. Niskanen back. Pounded in there by Brian Boyle. Works the puck free. Strawman quickly with the shot toward the net. It was blocked by Alzner. Boyle in front. They score! Callahan tips home. The shot by Boyle, and the Lightning get on the board first.
Well, that's a nice way to welcome him back into the lineup after missing a number of games. 5 to be exact. Take a look at this. Brian Boyle did a great job. He took the shot but stayed square, fed the puck to the side of the net, and nifty little deflection with a backhand coming off the heel of his stick to go through the 5-hole to give the Lightning their first goal.
A good second and third effort, just putting the puck on net, and a good job by Callahan freeing his stick for the redirect.
Well, Holtby and the Capitals have seen plenty of that duo. We referred to that in the open in talking about Callahan, but the Caps and the Rangers in recent years have played each other 4 times in the playoffs. Callahan's played 21 games in 3 7-game series against Washington at the time he was with the Rangers, and he didn't play at all another year where they played 5 games against each other. Boyle gets the only assist on Callahan's 4th at 6:06. And we'll get an icing call.
What I like about it is, you know, we talk about puck retrieval so much, and the thing that was so impressive about that, when Boyle took the first shot there that was blocked, you see him stay square to the zone instead of turning his back on it and moving out of the way. He looked and found the puck again, then set up that deflection. Tremendous heads-up play by Boyle.
You know, by Callahan setting up on the side of the net. Chief, you talk about this quite a bit, getting that goaltender moving, opening up his legs.
Ward moves it along to Burakovsky. He's trailed by Gudas, and Ovechkin was watched closely by Callahan, who poked that puck away, preventing the shot attempt. H. Schmidt back. University of Minnesota product. Works with Mike Green. He'll place it in the corner. Joel Ward, a 226-pounder, barreling down the boards. Burakovsky looks for Ovechkin. He fires, blocked by Johnson. Green the try, and he sails it over the net. Bishop's stick got tangled up in some skates. He's able to reach for it now. In front, Green shoots off the post. Out to Schmidt. Fakes the shot. Ovechkin down low. Feeds it back. It's off Green's stick. Comes to center. And it's dumped back in for Ward. Ovechkin settles in right around Bishop. Now peels off to take the pass. Here's a shot by Schmidt. Saved by Bishop. He hangs onto it. Caps setting up like they had a power play there, trying to get the equalizer after the tip-in goal by Callahan.
Point away for Ryan Callahan to mark his return to action out the last 5. He has the Bolts underway, the game's first goal. Mr. Hockey, Gordie Howe on the minds and in the hearts of many here in this building tonight. And an evening ago in the Joe in the Motor City, what an emotional scene. It is our Geico great moment tonight as you see the celebration, the outpouring for him. As you know, Gordie is ailing, and every player wore number 9, the fan, showing their emotion, their attachment to him, holding up Gordie Howe signs throughout the Joe. As coincident would have it, on this day in 1945, 7 decades ago, Gordie Howe signed his very first professional contract. He was 16 years old, signed with the Omaha Knights of the United States Hockey League. And Rick and Chief, 1 year later, October of 1946, under Coach Jack Adams, wearing number 17, he stepped onto the ice for the Detroit Red Wings.
Paul, just a side note to that, you know what his bonus was for signing with that team?
No, I'd be interested to know.
It was a Red Wing team jacket.
Well, we've got a big hit thrown by Brooks Orpik on Vlad Namestnikov, and that gets everybody going. A penalty call. Do you see Lemelin with his arm in the air? Namestnikov hopefully is okay at the bottom of all that. And let's see if anything else develops from a penalty standpoint. Looks like Orpik was going to get the original call.
He's still down, guys. Saw Mulligan out there. Everyone pushing and shoving.
He got thumped pretty good.
Seems to be okay.
That's something, if you get into one of these real physical chippy battles, are you going to be able to handle it?
See Tom Mulligan talking, seems to be okay. And 2 things there, guys, is number 1, as a player, you got to make sure when you know a guy's coming, you know, not to turn, but as the guy taking the hit in Orpik there, you know a guy's turn. You can't hit a guy when you're looking at his numbers.
Well, the officials still talk this over as Tom Mulligan continues to check with Vlad and see how he's doing. And he's going to have his helmet worked on there a little bit. Alex Ovechkin chatting with McCauley.
2 minutes boarding, 2 minutes roughing. Tampa Bay penalty, 2 minutes roughing. 5 on 4.
Boarding and roughing for Orpik. Killorn picks up roughing. So it will be a power play Lightning here at 8:03.
You guys talked about the chippiness a little bit, and that's one thing. When your power play's going good, teams can't play as physical. So you can make them pay on the power play.
Lightning 2 of 5 against the Flyers. They certainly got a lot of goals and some big ones in getting that win the other night against Philadelphia. Toyota power play opportunity for them here. Lightning overall in the season third best at 26.2. And the Caps on the kill. They've given up 6 goals in the last 5 games while shorthanded. As Jason Garrison had that game-winning goal on the power play. He's out there with Strawman. They've got Callahan parked near the front of the net. Stamkos fires, and Holtby aware of that. He's out to make the pad save. Jay Beagle unable to clear. Callahan keeps it alive for Strawman. Filppula takes it. Out for Garrison. Beagle watching him. Around they work into Filppula. 3 assists the other night against Philly. He's got 6 power play assists on the season,
which ties him for second in the NHL in that category.
Callahan behind the net looking for Garrison. That was spoiled by Carlson. A diving play by Brouwer will allow for a change of the Washington bench with 53 seconds to go in the penalty.
Well, as good as their power play as Washington that is, as we talked about, their penalty kill has not been as solid. It's under 80%.
Carl starts it in, and Nemestikov and Chimera got tangled up at the line. Plays offside. 42 seconds to go on the call against Orpik. The extra penalty actually being served by Wilson.
There's a look of a hockey player just had his nose broken, guys, there, and Jason Chimera. And Chief, you talked about the penalty kill for the Washington Capitals and sagging down on Steven Stamkos, who's opening up the seam pass from Filppula a couple times to Garrison on the point.
Yeah, Chris, I watched their game against Detroit when Chimera broke his nose, and it really looked like a hockey stick after he collided with the helmet of Brendan Smith, the Red Wing defenseman. It was in bad shape.
Came right back out, though.
Yes, he did.
That happened one time to me, but it was due to a slap shot. Tough to breathe with cotton stuffed in your nostrils.
Johnson down the boards. Held up by Niskanen. The Capitals fire it out. 5 seconds to go in the extra penalty to Orpik. Here's a pass to Palat. Steps in. Penalty over as Wilson serving that extra minor returns. Gudas fell down, and here come the Caps. Eric Fehr shooting a save by Bishop, and he gets a piece of Bishop. And Bishop's down and shaken up, and now we've got Gudas and Wilson throwing punches behind the net.
Wilson wanted anybody. When he went into the penalty box, he was talking consistently at Killorn. He's been wanting anybody out there, even look at him cross-eyed, he was going to go after him. And Fehr was pulling a stunt with Brewer. He goes right over Bishop. You're going to do everything you want if you're not going to get reprimanded at all by the other team.
Well, they sort all of this out with the Lightning leading 1-0.
Well, we still haven't found out all the penalties, but just take a look at what caused it all. There you see Bishop there. Fehr coming right in there. Vainly trying to jump over it, but he was taken out. Then Gudas and Wilson went at it at the side of the net there. But there you see him coming in across there. His stick right across the mask in the face of Bishop. And Tyler Johnson made sure he stayed out of there, or pulled him out of there.
Now Bishop okay. And that Capitals penalty box pretty crowded. Wilson on the left. You see Orpik still in there, and Eric Fehr on the scene for goaltender interference. So that's the penalty that will provide a manpower difference in a second consecutive Lightning power play as Stamkos leans in against Backstrom. Backstrom, their best face-off man, won the draw, and it's cleared out.
2 minutes for goaltender interference.
They had one shot on their first check at the power play.
5 minutes more fighting.
It didn't have the play set up as often in the offensive zone as you'd like to see it happen.
Nice fake by Filppula to enter the zone. Stamkos fighting majors to Gudas and Wilson. Here's a drive that's blocked. That felled Ward. Chimera clears it out. And the goaltender interference minor to Eric Fehr. All at 10-13. Strowman points in 3 straight coming in. Play disrupted by Brouwer. Lightning do move it ahead to Stamkos. And it's Filppula who cuts in. Garrison will follow the play in deep. Ian Callahan worked the end boards. Back up to Stamkos. Looks. Fires. Holtby a save. Rebound. Oh, Holtby. 2 more saves. Callahan then. Filppula to finish it off. What a sequence for him. Beagle. Garrison wedged him off. 50 seconds to go on the fair penalty. Away comes Strawman, trailed by Joel Ward.
Man alive, it looked like they had the wide open net, and Holtby got his left skate over on it.
Steven Stamkos talked about it in the pregame about being a little more selfish, shooting the puck more, and taking a shot there, creating some more offense. And Filppula had to look back, saying, I can't believe I didn't score there.
Johnson. Kucherov shoots. Saved by Holtby. Snatches that one out of the air and hangs on. And Kucherov thought he had one.
You got to get it high. You can't keep that puck below the third of the net. With the body angle that the goalies have and how quickly they get over with that pass, there's that save what you say. You got the great one with the left toe, then that one there off of Filppula was just tremendous in that glove save again. Lightning getting some pretty good action in and around that net now.
Agility and flexibility. I think it pulled a muscle just watching that. You mentioned you got to get it up. They get it up there. It's a goal. But what a kick save. What a pad save.
Oh, yeah. How quickly he got across was incredible. He's very athletic, Holtby.
Here's Johnson firing. Holtby a save. And he kicked the rebound away from the traffic. Fair out of the penalty box. Couldn't handle the puck. Carl off the boards to center. And it bounced back in off the Lightning player. Everybody's onside as a result of that. And the Lightning maneuver ahead. It's Andre Palat. His pass knocked down by Backstrom. Recovered. Kucherov to Boyle. Shooting and a save by Holtby. He'll hang on to it. Lightning wheeling and dealing, setting up opportunities in the Washington zone. But Braden Holtby has really held the fort.
Again, nice thing. We always see that. There's a nice little feed there. There's the quick shot. Holtby, who Mitch Korn, their new goalie coach, has him playing a little further out than he had in the past under Adam Oates. Maybe up more at the top of the crease, and it's helped him with longer shots.
Morrow ties up with Green. Ovechkin. Garrison firing it behind the net. Boyle moving it along to Brendan Morrow. Green's pass. And it reached Ovechkin. He races in behind the defense. Tripped up. Shoot save. Rebound. They score. There was going to be a call with Ovechkin dumped. But the Caps put the rebound in the net. And they tie the game at 1.
Ovechkin has been held pointless for 5 games. Watch how this play happens here. They kind of miscommunicate. And Ovechkin falls. I don't know where the penalty was going to be called on, though, by the referee. He fell after. But nonetheless, they still ended up getting the goal. And it is a tie game here with Ovechkin getting number 6.
Well, maybe a bit of a miscommunication. Defensive pairings a little differently with Michael Gudas out with the fight. You don't score on your power play. Can't give a team like Washington opportunities to get back in the game, guys.
Gudas not in the penalty box. As we were going to commercial following the fight, we could see him going off to the locker room.
Well, he was bleeding, guys. I couldn't tell where, if it was from the cut or the nose.
Ryan Callahan and the Lightning move that puck to center. Filppula dumps it in. Marcus Johansson with a tying goal, his 4th of the season. And Ovechkin will get an assist on it. Burakovsky and Brouwer combined to get it in the Lightning zone. And Andre Burakovsky, his father Robert, played in the NHL. He was with the Ottawa Senators back in their early days in 1993. Played 23 games for him. Grandfather played pro hockey. His uncle played pro hockey. A long line of professional hockey players. And Andre Burakovsky and Erie last year, the Ontario Hockey League. Off to a good start with the Caps. Here's Backstrom, forced wide by Carl. Still with it. And Ward thought that pass was going to a player behind him. It ends up leaving the zone. Ovechkin tips it in. Ovechkin and Kuznetsov get the assists on the goal by Johansson. Karl Alzner picks it up. Over for Nicholas Backstrom. Puck taken over. Andre Palat steps in for the Lightning, wrapped up by Alzner. Puck still contested for in there. Brewer. Here's a drive by Mark Barberio. It's steered away by Holtby. Puck drops at the feet of Joel Ward. He'll bank it off the glass. It comes out to center. Ovechkin finds it. Barberio in for Andre Schuster in this game. Schuster left the game against the Flyers. We're told he is available for this game, even though he left with an injury in that contest. Barberio seeing his third game of the season. And the puck off the glass support. The Caps back in good shape. Green with a pass off the stick of Kuznetsov, and he'll send it in wide of Bishop. Domestikov working it to Garrison. J.T. Brown is checked. He'll reverse the puck. Comes all the way to the point to Schmidt. Garrison has it back. Brown tips it out. 4.5 to go here in the first. We're tied at 1. And the Lightning 14 shots on Braden Holtby in this first period. Caps with 8 shots on Ben Bishop. Here's a steal by Kuznetsov. Nifty first rounder out to the point to Schmidt. Carlson with a wrist shot deflected off the goal post. Boy, it was tipped right in front by Beagle. Carl gets it loose. Carlson has it. They let it go to Beagle down low. Johansson trying to wheel it out in front. Barberio defending, and it's fired off the side of the net. Barberio chips it, and he gets it ahead to J.T. Brown. Brown from the red line can't get it behind the defenseman, but Boyle there to pressure Orpik.
This is a team that you're going to have to really close out in that in your defensive zone. They've actually just owned the puck when they get it inside the Lightning zone.
You got to make sure you get it out when you have possession also. Don't give them second, third opportunities.
Morrow trying to get it back to the defense, and Alzner takes it. Alzner and Carlson working together for years, split up this year with the new additions of Orpik and Niskanen, who, by the way, played college hockey with Jason Garrison at the University of Minnesota Duluth. Johansson celebrates the tying goal in this one for the Caps.
Let's take time now to take a look at tonight's Coors Light Cold Hard Frack, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, and take a look at the goal leaders since 09-10 season. As you can see there, Stamkos and Ovechkin way out in front. And again, you know, Steven Stamkos still has that 10-goal lead. He missed 45 games last year. Corey Perry, a distant third, and Marleau and Phil Kessel follow up with the 4th and 5th spots. But you can see why you talk about Ovechkin and Stamkos in the matchup. You got 2 premier goal scorers.
Well, it took a 50-goal year by Corey Perry to wrestle the Rocket Richard Trophy away from Steven and Hovey. Here's a pass in front for Brouwer. It's off the toe of his stick, and Callahan starts it back. Trying to get around Niskanen. Alzner helps out. Capitals really pressure that side of the ice. For the moment, here's Garrison shooting, and Alzner blocks it.
They play a man-to-man in there, and the guy just stays with him and interferes. You watch Alzner up there. He'll stay with that guy and won't let him back into play. Borderline interference.
Stamkos in behind for Callahan. Met up with Alzner. Slides it back to Barberio. Over for Stamkos. He fires, and it's gloved by Holtby. The Holy Hog Barbecue Package scores you 2 tickets, 2 barbecue sandwiches, 2 sides, 2 sodas for all Monday and Tuesday games. Packages start as low as $75. Buy now at TampaBayLightning.com/tickets.
It's interesting when you change. So far, the way this game is kind of progressive here in the first period, whenever the respective teams get the offensive zone, they seem to stay there for a while. They're not as one and done and get out of it.
Strowman handing it to Palat. He quickly tried to fire in front. He had Carl sneaking through the back door, but the Caps, as they overload that strong side, they had plenty of sticks there to prevent that pass from getting through. Orpik picks it up. Carlson. Ward chops it. Second try gets it out. Palat controls for the Lightning. Bumping there with a burly Joel Ward. And there's that defensive support. Kuznetsov takes it for the Caps. Cuts in behind Ovechkin, who claims he was onside, but the whistle blows. Let's have a look at our Gulf Coast Honda second intermission report. Ryan Callahan, welcome back with a deflected goal off the pass from Brian Boyle. Stamkos makes a wish. You'll want to stay with us for that. Highlights and stats as well. So by all means, stay with us for the Gulf Coast Honda's first intermission report. Don't want to get ahead of myself.
That's right.
Burakovsky had points in 8 of their 9 games. Nice start in the NHL for him. Brewer chips it out to center. Puck comes down to Nemestikov, and he's got Killorn with him. Killorn stepping around. Schmidt wins that puck. Centers in front, and Kuznetsov took it away from Jonathan Drouin. Chimera out of the corner centering. Fair tied up by Brewer. Green keeps it in. Under a minute to go here in the first period. Brewer checked. Fair with a shot. Saved by Bishop. Chimera lays it out there. Bishop, a great save on Eric Fair. That was up high, and he was equal to the task.
He came out, was low, and then really straightened up quickly to get that with his right shoulder.
Eric Fair without a goal this season, but he has really dogged the Lightning through the years. 10 career goals against him in 28 games. Ward looking for Backstrom, and Barberio got a stick in there to break it up. On the point, it's Carlson firing, and it's absorbed by Bishop. 23.7 seconds to go here in this first period.
Here's that big save. Take a look at that right there, getting that shoulder up on that quick release. And Lightning did a pretty good job of blocking out and keeping the Capitals away from that rebound.
Filppula matching up with Backstrom. Lightning get control. Garrison checked there by Ovechkin as he fired it out of the zone. Niskanen run behind the net by Stamkos. Callahan throws a check. And Callahan wins a puck. And Callahan spun around there by Backstrom as the tussle arrives at the near boards, and that's where this first period's going to end. And Ovechkin and Garrison have a bit of a conversation. The linesmen get in there. Lots of noise around this rink from body checks throughout the first 20 minutes, and plenty of shots on goal, too. 15-13 favoring the Lightning with a 1-1 score through 20 minutes of play here at Amalie Arena. Our score 1-1 through 20 minutes. We'll take you back inside Amalie Arena where the action will resume in just a moment. The Coke Zero pin package scores you 2 tickets, 2 sodas, 2 collectible player pins for select home games. Packages start as low as $20. Buy now at TampaBayLightning.com/tickets. Now the party deck. Busy between periods. Everybody's waiting for the second period to start. Chief, in terms of action, we had plenty of it in that first 20.
Yeah, we did. A little bit more of an edge to this game than we've seen in the others. Washington, of course, as we pointed out, a long-time rival, but a lot of shots, 15-13. We're kind of used to that 12-3 or 5-4 type shots, but both teams had good chances. Both goalies were playing very, very well.
As we look at the Chase review in this one, the Lightning, as Chief mentioned, 15 shots, 3 from Steven Stamkos, and he really, with that move back to center, Chief, it's certainly something where he feels more comfortable.
Well, that's where he's getting the shots, and he's got the puck more often. I think that's what really helps him amount. You see these 0 for 2 in the power play. They had 1 shot on the first one and 5 on the second one. They had a lot of action on that second power play.
Radko Gudas involved in that battle with Tom Wilson after the collision with Fair and Ben Bishop. We're in a cage. Let's have a look at the Lightning's upcoming schedule presented by Steak and Shake.
I see this coming Thursday, Calgary in town. They're playing pretty well. Very disciplined team. Ryan Johansson and the Blue Jackets, the Lightning will visit the first of 3 on the road. Detroit, Chicago, and then back home against the Sharks on November 13th.
And they host Minnesota after that. And after that, Chief, we're not going to see the Western Conference for about 2 months. It's going to be all Eastern Conference for about 30 games or so. And that's kind of what I was thinking about in thinking about this contest. This is one of those gritty Eastern Conference games. The points are really very important to both these teams, and it showed in the first 20.
It really did. I think, Washington wanted to set a physical presence. The Lightning wanted to set their speed.
Filppula tied up, can't get his stick free to play that puck in as Niskanen sends it off Brouwer's stick, and Gudas back there for it. Callahan deflects it, but backing up the play, Johansson. Backstrom hands it now to Brouwer. As Johansson in front, couldn't find him with a pass, though, as the Lightning recover. Stamkos across for Garrison. Niskanen crunched in that corner. Garrison involved against his old college teammate, as we pointed out earlier. Away comes Backstrom to center, and he saw that hip check from Gudas coming. He kind of checked himself. He went flying over Gudas, who never really made contact with him.
Yeah, he was jumping out of the way. He saw him at the last moment.
Garrison ahead for Callahan. Callahan's had 4 goals now in 6 games that he's been in the lineup for you. You forget you missed 5 games. That doesn't leave too many, but he's been very productive in the ones where he's played. Ovechkin with a shot, and it's tipped away by Matt Carl. Orpik down the boards. Tangles there with Kucherov. Andre Palat trying to get it back to Kucherov. Karlsson with it. Palat pounces on that loose puck. Karlsson got it back. Kucherov makes the play to Palat. Back to Kucherov. Walks it. Fires off the goal post. Boy, you got it by the defenseman, by Holtby's stick side, and solidly connected with the post. Johnson. Kucherov shooting. Saved by Holtby. Rebound is sent wide by Palat out in front. Burakovsky takes it.
Well, I'll tell you what, he is such quick hands and really has the nose for that net. That shot was going in. Boy, he just missed by inches.
Kucherov, 4 goals his last 4 games, and of course he was robbed by Holtby in the first period. Fair, bumped there by Nemesnikov, centered by Chimera, and it's fired wide by Fair. He shoots, he scores on the rebound. Eric Fair got to it and fires it home for a 2-1 Capitals lead.
The speed to the puck is a lot faster when the teams are on the offense. Take a look here. Watch this shot come by. He very quickly comes right out with those crazy bounces off the end wall. And I watched the skate this morning. Washington, one of the assistant coaches, had the players shooting the puck off the end boards to see how they played. Constant. They did it for about 5 to 7 minutes to see how those end boards played. It's worked out for them tonight because they take the lead.
And Chris Stigman joining us between the benches here. The Lightning flurry at one end, but now they've got to react down 2-1.
Absolutely, they have to. As we talked about a little bit, is that they're going to push back. Washington's got a ton of offense and a lot of speed, so the Tampa Bay Lightning got to make sure they're getting pucks out.
Brewer, watched by Fair. Barberio, who played better than 7 minutes in that first period. In the games where he's played, he's not been a bit player. He's averaged 17 minutes a game. So it looks like he's on that similar type pace tonight. Puck chopped in by Barberio, handled by Schmidt. He's pressured by Brown. And the puck bounces ahead for Jason Chimera. He's matched up with Brewer in front. It's Fair shooting, and Bishop there for the stop. Fair tried to go 5-hole, and Bishop ready for him. Fair scoring his first of the year. Chimera and Karlsson the assists. Hasn't been a great start for Eric Fair. He was a healthy scratch against the Red Wings on Thursday.
As a guy who sat out a few times, when you sit out, your coach looks what you do when you get back into the lineup.
2-on-1, Brown shoots, saved by Holtby, as he had Brendan Morrow with him.
Good play by the defenseman out there, Green. He kind of took off that pass, so he allowed the goalie to take the shot.
Backstrom sweeps it behind the net for Johansson. Center his natural position, but can play on the left side and has done frequently with the Caps. Backstrom down the boards for Brouwer. Alsner gets there. Gave it up. Garrison sends it across to Filppula. He'll rush into the zone, leave it for Callahan. He swings wide against Niskanen. Centers in front, and nobody home but Backstrom to take it. And Niskanen started out in the Dallas organization. 3.5 years with the Penguins. Garrison getting to the puck, moving it on to Stralman. He saw Ovechkin bearing down on him. Bouncing pass, reaching Callahan. Joined by Garrison. He'll dump it in. Lightning trying to get the rest of a change completed here. Callahan gets to the bench and plays it one more time. But Burakovsky coming back with Ward and Ovechkin coming late. Here's a drive, a save by Bishop on the try by Carlson. Well, they kept it out of Ovechkin's hands, but then another wave came and Carlson was stopped.
Yeah, they're never really finding that open man and then taking the shot. Not too many extra passes. Watch at the top of your screen. You'll see the defenseman coming in, taking that quick shot. Ben Well out there and cradling it with his arms and his chest protector. That's why they tell you it's never too late to back check. As that defense moves up there, that fourth guy can be dangerous.
Well, that chance due to a turnover by the Tampa Bay Lightning at the offensive blue line. Long change of the second period. You've got to make sure you get that puck in deep so your defenseman can get off the ice.
Well, they set up Ovechkin with a face-off win. Burakovsky back to him, but he scuffed the shot. Burakovsky in for Ward. Fires, and it's turned away by Bishop. Orpik couldn't get much on his try toward the net. His stick broke. Here's the pass ahead. Kucherov working against the stickless Orpik along with Palat. Tyler Johnson to Palat. Stralman waiting in the point. Goes to Carl. Around to Palat. Orpik now with Ovechkin's stick. That's not a bad trade if you're a Lightning fan. Stralman ahead for Carl. It was by his stick and will end up with an icing call. The Corona Tailgate Package scores you 2 tickets, 2 sandwiches, and 4 Coronas for all Saturday home games. Packages start as low as $75. Buy now at TampaBayLightning.com/tickets.
Boy, you had a great opportunity to get a shot away when you have a defenseman lose a stick or break it. Just couldn't quite get there.
Alex Killorn maneuvers to center, trying to get that puck in behind Green, and a penalty upcoming. Going to be to Killorn. Probably a hook. Lightning now control it. Chief, this is something that through this game, the Lightning have had a tough time getting that puck behind the defense.
Well, what's happening is that the gap control by the Washington
17
defense
Tampa
is
Bay minor
excellent.
penalty.
They're not backing off. They're not allowing you free access over their blue line. You got to work to get across there. And that's what's happened right now. Now Washington will pick up their first power play. Killorn gets that hooking call. And again, point out, they are unbelievable on the power play on the road. Over 36%. 4 for 11. As I mentioned earlier, Pittsburgh is the best on the road this year at over 45%.
And the Lightning at home on the kill. They've taken care of 14 of 15. So this should be quite the matchup. Here's Johansson across that line. Playing it to Green. One-timer Ovechkin stopped by Bishop. Caps recover the puck. Around they work it to Mike Green. Backstrom has Brouwer in the slot, and he fires. Bishop the save. Brouwer is able to find that spot where it's tough to get to him. He scored a couple of times against the Lightning last year from there.
They set up a guy there. They don't get him all on top there. They get him right in the hash marks, and it's kind of that seam like you want a receiver in football. It's too deep for the forward to come back and too far out for the defenseman to move out.
Green wants it, gets it. Bishop a glove save. 3 good chances here. And Bishop very strong for the Lightning. Palat blocked that shot. Tried to spring a breakaway the other way. Short-handed. Here comes Tyler Johnson. Cuts in with Palat. Lightning are changing defensively, and he sees that, so he'll just take his time. 41 seconds to go, and the penalty to Killorn for hooking.
A good defensive play, and then bringing the puck in deep in the offensive zone and just hanging on to it, trying to eat up some seconds.
Good stick from Boyle, and Carl clears it. Carlson. Kuznetsov slipping it through. Burakovsky in front. Kuznetsov shooting a save by Bishop. He was out on the angle, and at 6'7", he still had to rise up a little bit to make that stop and get a whistle.
Let's take a look at that glove save right there on that power play. He got very, very quick there as Green came in. Got it off the thumb. And again, he pointed out those gloves are huge, number one. But that whole thumb and the whole part of that area of the glove is reinforced with steel. You can't even move it. So when you catch the puck, it's all fingers. Your thumb isn't moving like you would in a first baseman's glove.
And Bishop, man of steel. And the Lightning win the faceoff, clear it out. 7 seconds to go. On the Killorn penalty, long pass ahead for Joel Ward. Taken by Kuznetsov, walks in and fires. He tried to go past that shoulder again on Bishop and missed the net. Now is the Lightning at full strength, and Burakovsky has the puck. Muscled there by Brewer. Ward working in there.
Sorry, Rick, they have to do more of that.
Here's a shot, a save by Bishop, and he hangs on there as Kuznetsov another opportunity. Ben Bishop, very strong for the Lightning at holding it at 2-1.
Barry Trotz's new team, the Washington Capitals, lead here in the second by a goal. Trotz brought tremendous credibility to Washington. We took over the top job following 15 seasons with the Nashville Predators. Consider this fact. Of the 5 previous head coaches in D.C. dating to 1992, not one had been a head coach in the NHL before taking over in Washington. From Bruce Cassidy to Glenn Hanlon, the netminder, Boudreau now in Anaheim, 2 Hall of Fame skaters in Dale Hunter and Adam Oates. Barry Trotz was the very first one Rick and Chief would actually coach as a head man in the NHL before taking over in Washington, D.C.
Great point, Paul. And as a head coach, he certainly has been. 15 years in one spot. And now in Washington, as Orpik back to that puck, moving it to Johansson. Cutting through, it's Brouwer. They'll take on Gudas. Garrison comes across. Callahan picks it up. Filppula with him. Orpik puts a stop to that.
See the gap control. That's what I'm talking about. They're right at that blue line. They're making the play at the blue line. See the difference here? Washington walks right in and gets a play.
Filppula takes it. Shots 21-18 to this point of the game. 8-3 Washington. They've had at least the last 5 shots on goal. Of course, aided by that power play opportunity where they had 4. Kuznetsov swerves into the zone. He'll meet up with Strawman. Kuznetsov coming on board late last year at 9 points in 17 games. A long-awaited arrival for Kuznetsov, who had to get out of his deal in the KHL.
Yeah, he's learning to play away from the puck.
Johnson leaving it now for Kucherov in front. Paul shoots, he scores!
Well, that's just talking about that magic that trio has. Take a look at the center ice here. Very quick transition. Palat will get it. They move it back. The defense comes up very quick. Now watch Johnson come around. The play that's really nice about it is that when it gets back to Kucherov, look at that. He was almost all the way over to the right side of the net and then passed it back left. And there was Palat waiting for the wide open net to tie this hockey game at 9:29. Tremendous pass and great finish by Palat.
Nice little give and go, speed kills, and pulling the goaltender to the other side.
He was almost around the net when he made that pass out. It was incredible.
A tribute to the smaller nets introduced last year to allow you a little bit more playmaking room from back behind the net. Here's a pass in front, handled by Brewer. And the Lightning busted out. A possible 2-on-1 spoiled by Nate Schmidt. Palat from Kucherov and Johnson, and they've had many a dangerous shift in this hockey game. They were finally held off the score sheet by the Flyers the other night, but they are cooking and the radar is working. No static among those three as Palat scores to tie the game at 2.
Let's take a look at tonight's high-def highlight brought to you by H.H. Gregg, and it's the pass from Kucherov to Palat to tie the game. Watch it here. Stop it where he gets it. See, look at where he is. Here's this side of the net, and he had to get it out past this area here to Palat. He does a tremendous job with that. Take a look right there. There's the goal. You get a really good look at it when you see it super slow. Look at that. Just a little flick of the wrist, and there it is. Everybody's looking at Kucherov, and the puck goes in the net from Palat.
Puck around the net again. It's cleared away by Backstrom. Those nets used to be deeper and stuck out a little bit more on the sides, but they wanted to open things up for playmakers from behind the net. And that is a direct result of what that equipment change was made for on the ice. Backstrom across that line. Brouwer bumped in the corner by Stralman. Backstrom in there, paired off with Valtteri Filppula. Stralman takes over. Karlsson pinching in. Back to Backstrom. Couldn't get organized to find Brouwer out in front. It comes back to Johansson shooting. That's blocked by Filppula. Karlsson with a shot. That's sent wide. Long possession time here for the Caps, but nothing put on Ben Bishop to this point as Carl interrupts. Double team behind the net. Works against Brouwer. Back out to Karlsson. Loads up. That shot is swallowed up by Bishop.
Tampa Bay Lightning Hockey and Sun Sports is brought to you by Hat Tricks, and they'd love to tell you about their catering. It's just something new that they're bringing to the table. You want a business meeting, luncheon, or even a tailgate party. Football season's only halfway through. Get a hold of Hat Tricks. Great food, and there you see everybody watching the game. It's a great place to go before, after, or during the game.
How about that Taylor 30 jersey and Clark 16? Do you think either of those guys have ever been to Hat Tricks before?
They bought it by mail.
Boyle wins the face-off. And Johnson deflects it out over the shoulder of Niskanen. Chief, I think you got every piece of your equipment, maybe not every piece of your equipment, hanging in the rafters there.
They're airing it out for you, Chief.
Yeah, it's the...
In case we ever get a Winter Classic.
It's the equipment that you wear outside the uniform.
Puck is set by Ovechkin. We'll get an icing call against the Caps. Well, they wave it off now at the end. Garrison was ahead on the race, and Shane Heyer waited till they were past the goal line to wave it off. Palat beating it down the boards. Johnson in front, looking for Kucherov. Here they come again. Brewer the shot. They score! Kucherov, the deflection. Holtby can't believe it. Kucherov finally beat him. 3-2 Lightning.
Talking with the Washington people, they told me that Kuznetsov as well as Burakovsky, they speak in glowing terms of the talent that Kucherov has. Well, we've been seeing it time and time again. Watch this play here. Great pass out front. Getting the puck through is a key by Eric Brewer. Then all you see is those quick hands and soft hands of Kucherov redirecting to the top part of the net. And the puck was at his waist. And the Lightning regained the lead at 3-2 at 12-12. Sorry, go ahead, kid.
Oh, those youngsters getting it done, and you touched on a perfect shot, quick little snapshot. But that play all starts with Andre Palat taking his space and then throwing the puck down to Tyler Johnson.
2 goals in 2:43. The Lightning have overtaken the Caps and come right back, and Bishop makes a stop there on Beagle. Kuznetsov. Or pardon me, Nemestikov trying to play it down the ice. Johnson picks up the second assist. Brewer the primary on the goal by Kucherov as the puck is gloved by Bishop. Boy, Tyler Johnson had that 7-game assist streak ended by the Flyers, but he's back into it now as second helper of this game.
Boy, that line has just been on fire, and they have such uncanny ability to find each other when they're in the open and know when they're in the open.
Transition and speed. Speed kills, and a good job by Tyler Johnson. Attacking the blue line of speed, opening it up for Palat to make his play.
Garrison had trouble with Brouwer. Gudas backs it up, clears it out. Schmidt, part of this revamped defensive unit. Mike Green rushing through the middle. Now to Brouwer firing, and it's tipped wide by Jason Garrison. Johansson sliding it back to Troy Brouwer. Johansson with it. Couldn't get it in front against Garrison. Finds Stamkos on the wing, wheeling it, but right to Schmidt, who missed the net, and Garrison will try it again. Stamkos trying to go back to the D. It's played to the point. Lightning having to work extra hard to get out on this shift here as they've got that 3-2 lead with 6.5 to go in the second period. Green stole the outlet. Walks in. Bear just missed.
Boy, that stretch pass is not going to work. They're just staying in front of it and picking it off. They're disciplined. That's what we talked about. You have to maintain your discipline position-wise.
Kuznetsov around the net, tried to center. Gudas sprawled out, got a piece of the pass. Stamkos throwing it back for Gudas. Stamkos spending this shift in the Lightning zone. They do get it to center, and the play's offside with 6:03 to go here in the second period.
Your play in the zone and those blind passes, or as we like to refer to them as hope passes, can really hurt you all the time. Those blind passes through the middle, out there, right around the top of the blue line, they can hurt you. But watch how Washington plays. They get everybody in their lines. They spread out of the ice. And you're trying that long stretch pass. That's what Washington tried to do all the time last year. And at times it works, and other times it doesn't. You go the other way, and that's what hurt them when they got into the playoffs.
Barberio into the zone. Stepped around Carlson. Gets to the puck quickly. Orpik bumped in there. Well timed on that bump by Brown. Kamara starts it back to Eric Fair. Hard to believe he's been a healthy scratch and struggling the way he has skated and has scored a goal in this one. Boyle plays it down the boards. Holtby out to play it. Rims it off the glass. Brewer takes it at center. Shots 25-21 Washington. And both these teams coming in, and we touched on it in Lightning Live pregame, Chief, have really limited the shots against. They're both top 5 in the league. Not tonight, mister.
They haven't.
Here comes Green. Pass gets away from the intended target, Burakovsky. Carl trying to pry it loose. Boyle angles it. Morrow hadn't turned around in time. It's fed in front and played by Strawman. His pass behind Kucherov.
Got to get the defenseman off the ice, guys. Those cube plays, Chief, you touched on a little bit. Just chip it off the glass. Go get it.
Tyler Johnson playing it ahead to Kucherov. 3 Caps defending. Green turns away from Kucherov. Palat now is there to be dealt with. Long pass to Ward. Ovechkin couldn't take the handoff. Quickly in transition. Here's Johnson. He's cut off by Schmidt. Palat. Ovechkin in a couple of plays hasn't been able to pick up the puck, and that kind of plays into the Lightning's hands because they're so quick in transition. That shot is tipped wide.
That play by Green behind the net is what we're talking about. All he did was take a little shoulder, take Palat out of the play. Washington gets the puck, and they get out of trouble. That's what the Lightning have to do more often. They're not doing a very good job of eliminating guys in the play.
Niskanen getting to that puck. Nicholas Backstrom to center. They'll slide it slowly down the boards. Caps want to make a change. Bishop finds Garrison. Stamkos picks it up. Gudas ahead for Callahan on the one touch. He'll give chase in deep in the Washington zone and meet up with Niskanen for the collision. Jason Chimera hands it off. Kuznetsov out on the wing. Niskanen stepping ahead to take it. Swings in, trying to feed it through. Brewer blocked it. Filppula controls. Barberio angling it to Stamkos. He'll shovel it in behind the net, but Orpik getting to it. Orpik with the Penguins for 10 years and signing a big free agent contract to come to Washington. Kuznetsov couldn't keep it away from Bishop. Carlson chopped it toward the net off a stick. Ends up with Stamkos. It's in his equipment. And the play halted. He wanted to make sure play was halted before he was a sitting duck there for a body check. Alipi Kucherov has given the Lightning the lead here in the second period.
You see the score and time remaining here in the second period, and take a look at the Lightning and players with 3 assists at least in a game. Tyler Johnson, you see that with those 4. Filppula, Kucherov, and Hedman also having 3 helpers this season. So not only were the Lightning very good on October as far as winning, we had some pretty nifty scoring efforts by these players.
Lightning entering play tonight. 7 players with 3 goals or more. Only Vancouver has that number. And now the way that they've scored tonight, Callahan and Palat each is 4th. He might be at the top of the league with the players with 4 goals or more. Drouin trying to get around Schmidt. Puck left, Namestnikov there. Meets up with the Beagle. And Schmidt got it away. Out for Wilson. First round pick from a couple of years ago. Got off to a slow start because of an injury. Hurt his ankle in the offseason. And just made his season debut the other night against the Wings. Namestnikov runs into Green. Brown piled in there. Drouin getting it back to Brewer, shooting it. It's blocked at the defense by Nate Schmidt. Wilson gets a hold of it. He finds Latta. Closed out by Brewer. Still has the puck. Gave it up. Namestnikov on the scene.
Nice heads-up play by the youngster. Thought about going up the wall, but nobody was there to get it, so he went backwards and got maintained possession.
Lightning have the Johnson line out. Kucherov a goal and an assist. Tyler Johnson a pair of assists. And a penalty upcoming here against the Lightning, and it looks like Palat's going to go for the hook at 18:34.
It comes with a touch to the hands. We're starting to see that now.
18 Tampa, minor penalty hook.
Washington with 4 shots in that first opportunity. Watch there, the stick comes by. Right there, very little touch to the hands. We call that a few years back. They were calling that all the time. And they let go of it there, but there, right there, he just touched it for a matter of seconds, and they're short a man.
4 shots in the first opportunity for the Cavs. Here's Brouwer firing wide once again. In a spot where he's got time to get organized and fire away. He had 12 power play goals among his 25 last year. Backstrom down low, and it's Johansson down to Brouwer. He scores. He's tied this game at 3 with just under a minute to go in the second period.
Now you know why their power play is so deadly on the road. They just really set that guy up the side, and it kind of keeps the defenseman. Watch where he's at the side. They don't want to go to Johansson. When they do come by there, they got to get that pass. I think you got to drop that high forward down there to that area when the puck goes down behind the net. You'd rather have the shot come from the post, or from the point, rather than that area there. So if you drop that forward down, you might take that guy away, let them beat you from the point.
Well, somebody talked about the 2 of the top scorers in the NHL in the last bunch of years. Well, Tyler Johnson's got to respect the shot of Alex Ovechkin bringing him over, so he's not able to play that slot, which opens up Brouwer for that one-timer.
Stay tuned for the Gulf Coast Honda Dealers' second intermission report. Paul Kennedy chatting with Tyler Johnson. A couple of assists tonight after assists in 7 consecutive games. Prior to that, introduce you to tonight's community hero, Chris Dingman, joining Paul Kennedy at the desk to talk about these first 2 periods, highlights and stats as well. So Johnson now with 13 assists. He had 11 in that 7-game stretch. Missed against the Flyers. Now back with 2. Brouwer scoring from Johansson and Backstrom. Third goal for Brouwer is first in the power play, and it comes at 19:01.
The thing is about that is that Brouwer's in the middle, but when the puck's away from Ovechkin, you've got to take away Brouwer.
Pick your poison.
Well, the puck's too far over there. He's got to go through 5 guys to get it to Ovechkin. You only have to go through 1 to get it to Brouwer. He's the more dangerous guy on that play.
Caps were tied with the best power play percentage, a little better than 23% in the NHL last season. Ford getting to it, checked there by Stamkos. Backstrom with it, fires in front off a skate, comes to Carlson, racing there defensively was Filppula with 8 seconds to go before the second intermission. Lightning and Caps were tied at 1. Washington took the lead on Eric Fehr's goal early in the period. The Lightning scored twice in the span of about 2:43 with Palat and Kucherov scoring. And now Brouwer with the late power play goal, and we're tied at 3 after 40 minutes. The shots through 40, 26 for Washington and 21 for Tampa Bay. Lightning Hockey on Sun Sports is brought to you by Gulf Coast Honda. Visit your Gulf Coast Honda dealers for great deals on new Hondas. Go to gchondadealers.com. By Kaiser University. Over 90 programs online and on campus. Learn more at kaiseruniversity.edu. And by Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers. Welcome back to the home of the Lightning, Amalie Arena. Lightning and Capitals through 40 minutes. Tied at 3. Rick Peckham and the Chief Bobby Taylor with you upstairs. Chris Dingman will join us shortly downstairs. Paul Kennedy on hand as well. And Chief, we saw a little misdirection on one Capitals goal. The Lightning using that to beat Braden Holtby. But the goalies have had their moments in this one. We've seen a lot of everything tonight.
What's interesting, Rick, and you pointed it out through our telecast, is the fact that both these teams are very stingy at giving up shots on goal. And look at them. Both of them are in the 20s now already, and usually that's the end of the game kind of totals. But we've seen some pretty good offense. We've seen some good transition by both teams, the goaltenders. And I think with the Lightning, they get back into that area where it's a shorter change for them, and they're very, very strong in the third period. I think they've got to take that to use it as their advantage.
Yeah, Chief, that's important. We look at the Chase review. And the shots in that second period, by the way, 13-6 favoring the Caps. But the Lightning have been so strong in the third period. They're not protecting a lead here. It's a tie hockey game, but what's got to work for them? What has worked for them that they can employ here?
I think, again, they have to move the puck as fast as possible. I know we talk about it and we always say it all the time, but I think the key thing of it is early on is to really move it quickly. And you can catch them a little bit. You can see Washington wanting to get that forecheck of theirs going, and it's been working quite well for them for 40 minutes. And if you can catch them with that quick pass.
Well, Chris Dingman joining us from between the benches. Chris, anything else you'd like to add in terms of you'd like to see the Lightning do here in this third period to make things work?
Something you guys touched on a little bit is that you got to make sure you get the puck out, and you got to make sure you get it in, especially in that second period, third period here. You don't want any extended plays in your own end. You want to make them play in their own end, and that's when you're going to draw some penalties.
Well, not good news heading for this third period or possibly beyond. Alex Killorn will not return to this game. He's out with an upper body injury. As the Lightning open up with Valtteri Filppula, working with Steven Stamkos, Ryan Callahan. Callahan back in the lineup and was welcomed back. And a nice setup by Brian Boyle, and Callahan converted for the game-opening goal back in the first period. Stamkos with the puck. Lobs it across. It's taken over by the Caps. And Brouwer dumps it in. It was Brouwer's late second period power play goal that has brought us to 3-3. And here comes Stamkos. Found an opening. Scooted for it. Fires. Spoiled by Orpik.
I see that's so different from Washington teams of the past.
Here's Backstrom shooting, and it's tipped wide as Ward was driving the net.
Is that when they don't have a chance to get the puck, they pull right back and jam the middle. Before, they'd still try and forecheck. You could get through the middle easier. It's tougher to get through the middle on this club now.
Matt Carl, rink-wide pass over the head of Johnson off the glass. As Paul noted in his conversation with Tyler at the intermission, Johnson now the league leader with those 13 assists, including the 2 helpers tonight. Ovechkin on the ice for the Caps right now as Bishop leaving that puck for Anton Strawman. He's the workhorse back there. With Victor Hedman out. Strawman playing 25 minutes against the Flyers the other night. And he's played a healthy 15 minutes of the first 40 in this contest.
Well, nice back check by Kucherov right in front of you, Chris, when he got back and took the puck away from Ovechkin.
Oh, good job, as you mentioned, getting back on the back check, trying to create some offense. That's what you got to do against Ovechkin. You need help. The defenders need help and good back pressure.
Chimera. They'll just clear it out. They'll get an icing called against Washington.
Yeah, they got to make sure they get back there a little quicker. Not have that happen around to Garrison when they got beat for the icing.
Be sure to tune in Thursday night. The Lightning hosting the Calgary Flames to wrap up this homestand. Coverage starts at 7 p.m. with Lightning Live pregame. The Bolts and the Flames. There's some familiarity there. Thursday night right here on Sun Sports.
Yeah, hard-fought win for the Lightning. Calgary's actually played pretty well. Bob Hartley's got them playing very well and very disciplined.
Good goaltending, as you noted, and we saw Kari Ramo play a spectacular game in that one, but Jonas Hiller as well, and they're scoring goals. They're starting to come of age a little bit with some of their young guys. A Little Caesars Family Fun Pack scores you 4 tickets, 4 pizzas, 4 ice creams, 4 sodas for all Saturday and Sunday home games. Packages start as low as $100. Buy it TampaBayLightning.com/tickets. See some familiar faces in that group.
Yeah, got the Dingman boys up there. The youth hockey team, the Scorpions, play on the extra ice. Had a big jamboree today, guys. I can't believe they're still jumping around. Must be all the ice cream and cotton candy.
They score! Garrison sneaking it through several bodies and by Holtby, and the Lightning are back in front.
Again, face-off win. Those face-offs are so important. You'll see it come through. They're just a quick wrist shot. It really proves to you, we know that Jason Garrison has one of the hardest shots, if not the hardest shot in the league. And all he did was get a good wrist shot, but a one that went through all the openings, through every player, even through the goaltender.
Put the puck on net, you never know what will happen.
Now Garrison scored the winning goal against the Flyers with a third-period power play goal. He scores in the third period here. Lightning are able to freeze the puck for a whistle. And now Latta coming in against Morrow as Wilson arrived in that crease. And Morrow talking to Tom Wilson, or to Michael Latta, I should say. So you need a few games in the league, buddy boy, before you say that to me.
Stamkos wins the draw cleanly, gets it back to Garrison, and Stammer picks up the only assist on it.
Face-offs, you guys talked about it quite a bit, Chief. I know you do with special teams. That's something you're big on, and even 5-on-5 and young players getting better on taking face-offs. I don't remember how good Dave Anderchuk was. A lot easier to start with the puck.
Who did ever?
Orpik couldn't get it down the boards. J.T. Brown getting it down to Morrow. He'll hang on to it. Beagle got it away. Carlson. Wilson couldn't get it up the boards against Brewer. Backed up by Boyle. Veteran crew on for the Lightning. Rounded out by J.T. Brown and Mark Barberio. And this savvy bunch going to work in the Washington zone. Orpik. Boy, he saw that hit from Brendan Morrow coming. Orpik's been on the delivering end of so many hits through the years. He had a 10-hit game against Calgary in his 4th 10-hit game of his career. Halsner. Checked in there by Filppula, joined by Callahan.
He had 34 hits coming into tonight.
Burakovsky through center, wheels to the slot and fires, and a save by Bishop. He'll hang on.
Stamkos, who's had some great games in that faceoff circuit, got a lot better. There you see it getting it back cleanly. And it just like it had eyes. It went through 2 or 3 players, even Holtby, until he couldn't move.
On the offensive zone, you can try and win it clean. Defensive zone, a lot of times guys want to tie up more, but see him do that little stick tap, getting low, using their backhand, pulling it straight back.
Roy Brouwer, former Blackhawk. Halsner starts it ahead. Off the stick, bounces at the line. The play's offside. Tonight's broadcast code of the game is defense or defense. Simply go to lightningfanrewards.com and enter the code in our game day challenge section. Register now to start playing. If you're a hockey fan, it's defense. If you're a football fan, it's defense. But it's spelled the same, so just enter that code. And Chris Digman almost had to play a little defense or defense right there.
I'm getting really good at my lateral movement. Every time a puck gets one touch, anytime it comes over, got to do the old elusive movements. There was one really close that almost took it right in the chicklets.
Just think about it, Chris, this way. It's missing the net. I'm not getting in front of it.
I want to know if those Digman boys have learned how to screen the goalie, stand in front of the net. Get that puck in and out.
Well, yeah, they know how to get it out. Let me tell you, if they turn it over at the blue line, they hear about it. Get it out. After that, offensively, free to do whatever you want.
Gudas plays it off the boards, out to center. Tyler Johnson picks it up. He's got Kucherov with him. Johnson to Kucherov, and it's in tight. He couldn't get the shot. Ovechkin out in front, stopped him. Here's Palat shooting. Saved by Holtby along the goal line. They do everything but score there.
I'll tell you what, we talked about how athletic Holtby is, but goodness gracious, watch this again. You see him come down the ice, they get in close, they can't get the pass completely over. It actually had hit Ovechkin. What a great defensive move he made. Now watch, there's one save, 2 saves right there. One with the leg, one with the glove.
Batted it out of the air and then off the backhand. You talked about what a save coming across, but a great defensive play by Alex Ovechkin, sprawling for that. Get a leg kick again, Chief.
Yeah.
Man.
The flexibility of goalies now is incredible.
What is flexibility?
Well,
is that when you can touch your toes?
Yeah. These guys, they're as flexible as a ballet dancer.
Bishop out to play that puck, fired it off the boards. Didn't really have a clear outlet. Lightning do come up with it. Jonathan Drouin getting it to Nemesnikov and Boyle on with them. They took a moment to look and see if that puck had somehow crossed the goal line, but Braden Holtby has had some tremendous stops in this game, and he made the save on Palat. Here's Brewer. Brings it in against Fair from the angle. He'll carry it behind the net. Took a look to see who was coming off the bench on the change. Fair took him down, and Orpik takes over the puck.
Well, I think Eric Cruz had a tremendous game. Very physical presence back on that blue line.
Here's Filppula. And a step inside on Brouwer, couldn't. Backstrom has it back. Couldn't chip it past a wall of Lightning players at that line, and we get a hand pass called.
That's where you really got to make sure that that neutral zone is covered. Washington has done a pretty good job of it throughout 40 minutes, and the Lightning now want to stop all their rushes right there at that neutral zone. That's where you want to get back to.
Matt Carl looks for Stamkos. He'll slide it behind Filppula, but from his own side of center, and we'll get an icing call.
Well, we all know about the Lightning and their young players. Take a look at what these three youngsters have done here tonight. As you see that, a goal and assist by Kucherov, a goal by Palat, 2 assists from Tyler Johnson, which puts him in the lead in that category. If you look at collectively, and we have all the points that they've scored when they were put together, it's pretty impressive.
If not for a couple big saves by Braden Holtby, those guys could have a couple more goals easily.
Yeah, I agree.
3 shots that one, and then a couple more there in that last chance.
Well, we used the phrase earlier, pick your poison. That would apply to the Lightning if you're going to choose the Stamkos line or that line. Tough to watch both of them. Here comes Stralman to center. And he's lugging the puck in. Ovechkin with him. Stamkos rips it across, stepping on Palat, and couldn't outmaneuver Burakovsky, and the youngster chips it into the Lightning zone. Carl gets it out of a dangerous spot. Palat gets rid of it. Mike Green across for Schmidt. Schmidt driving it in. Around for Backstrom. He's got a clear path and shoots off the post. It was deflected off the goalpost, and Bishop reacts, hangs on, and gets a whistle. Close moment there. We've seen some tight moments at the other end. The Lightning have a 4-3 lead.
Let's take a look at this season at home as you see the Lightning with that 1-goal lead here in the third. 4-1-1 in the 6 games. They've picked up 4 goals a game, average 4, and a very stingy 2.2 against. But the special teams are off the charts here at the Amalie Arena.
Filppula, Backstrom on the faceoff. Backstrom won it back so quickly. It was by Green, and they've got to start again from their own zone. Johnson now on with Palat and Kucherov. Brouwer chips it in. Garrison back. Backstrom right on his tail. The pass reaching Johnson. Couldn't control it. Brouwer bumped there by Palat. The puck comes to center. Mike Green, one-time 31-goal man 5 years ago.
Yeah, he's an unrestricted free agent at the end of this year.
Going to settle in under a new coach. And here comes Kucherov out of the zone. Handed to Johnson. Morrow on with them. And Green makes a nice play at the line to disrupt things, and the play goes offside. The Bud Light Up for Whatever package scores you 2 tickets, 2 Lightning Girls calendars, 4 Bud Lights for all Wednesday and Thursday games, starting as low as $75. Buy now at TampaBayLightning.com/tickets.
You know, the interesting thing about Green, we all have known him as a great power play producer for this Washington club throughout his years, and he's got but 1 point on the power play.
Minutes have gone down a little bit. I mentioned a couple guys they brought in. Boyle and Lotta having a conversation.
Here comes Wilson. Trying to dangle around Brewer. He'll have none of it. Tom Wilson with a pass in the slot. Well covered Michael Latta. And Wilson chops it on goal. A save by Bishop. This line -2 earlier in the game. Wilson trying to atone for that. He's checked and put down by Brewer in the corner. Puck comes around to Warpick with the shot. Deflected. Bishop a stop. As Wilson got a piece of that. His wingers were keeping Bishop busy in front of that Lightning net. Here comes Boyle weaving through center. He'll carry that puck right to the corner. And Wilson decked there by Brendan Morrow. Niskanen off the boards for Latta. Beagle will send it the rest of the way down the ice. Now as Boyle tangled up with Michael Latta a little bit as the teams change at center.
Just slashed his stick out of his hand. They've been going at each other the whole shift.
You're right in the middle of the action there, Chris.
Yeah, love it.
Alsner looks for Chimera, stepping in. Stamkos gets it to Filppula, setting it back for Callahan, and he couldn't fire it home. Kuznetsov lifting it back the other way. Stroman bounced it now to Callahan, popped out of his skates there by Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov takes it at center. Carlson rifles it back in. Caps are not yet tagged up. Now they are, and the Lightning can settle things down. Strawman has Palat coming off the Lightning bench. Knifes across. Meets up with Schmidt. Johnson takes it. Kucherov in deep. Tried to make a quick move. That was anticipated by Green. As Palat wins the puck right back again. Out to the point. Strawman shooting. Just tipped wide by Kucherov. And he tried to set up Johnson through his skates.
Good shot and a good change by Strawman getting off. Getting a fresh body out there, and Gudas up to the shot.
Green across for Schmidt, trying to penetrate at the line, and Kucherov gets it back in friendly hands with 9:50 to go here in the third. Gudas on with Garrison. Stepping into the action, it's Vlad Namestnikov. He wheels across the line. He steps around Orpik. He's out of that corner now. Goes to the forehand. Gudas shooting, and he sends it wide. Orpik picks it up. Off the boards. Over Ward's stick. Carlson gets to it. Uses the glass to get it to Ward. He was kind of antsy to enter that zone, waiting for Ovechkin, who centers, and it's taken over by Brown. Brown chips it in. He'll follow Carlson in deep and throws the big hit on him. Carlson gets it back.
Boy, Namestnikov could have got the puck out front. Drouin was all alone in front of Washington's net. Nobody near him.
Brewer battling there with his partner Mark Barberio against a couple of Caps. They cannot get it out. Joel Ward centers, and Barberio smartly had lifted the stick of Backstrom. He could not make a play in front. Niskanen trying to hold the Lightning at bay here. Washington completing a change. Shots 29-24 favoring the Caps. They had a 13-6 advantage in the second period, though each team scored twice. Brouwer meets up with Callahan on the corner. Niskanen prying it loose. Filppula arrives on the scene. Stamkos swept it away. Gave it up to Johansson. And his pass knocked down by Filppula. Bounced right back to Carl. Held in now by Backstrom. Callahan takes it.
Filppula got hurt somehow.
He's still on there and trying to clear that zone. The Caps working hard to hold it in. Filppula playing it back to the defense. Lead pass.
Sorry, Brouwer gave him a little shot from behind.
Callahan operates in the corner. Stamkos joining him. Palat comes on as the left winger there to take Filppula's spot. For the moment, here's Carl in front. It's tipped by Stamkos to the corner. Orpik. John Carlson handles it now for Kuznetsov, blowing through that center ice zone. Backhands it on goal. Bishop swept it away from Chimera. Johnson lobs it ahead for Nikita Kucherov, the man of the moment. Palat works to come up with a puck. Fired back for Fair. Chimera charging toward the net. Fair on the backhand. Fended off by Bishop. Played in front. Johnson chopped it away. Held in by Green. Wristing it. And Bishop kept it wide. Garrison out-muscled Chimera. Won that puck. Kucherov fires it to the point. And Schmidt has to back off.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is a pretty intense game. Everybody getting out there or getting their good 25, 30-second shift and then getting off quickly.
Gudas wrists it. Holtby will play it. Off the glass, comes to Brown. He'll put it right back on net, and Holtby this time will settle for a whistle with 6:33 to go in a very intense third period. It's a 4-3 Lightning lead.
Let's take a look at tonight's Diamond Performance, brought to you by Ackerman Jewelers, and it's going to Nikita Kucherov, watch, this is his goal when he gets it. You see the great hands just deflecting that waist-high shot to the top corner. He also set up Ondrej Palat with a beautiful goal to tie the game in the second period. So our diamond performance of the game, Nikita Kucherov.
19,119 enjoying this battle. A tight game, not unusual for the Lightning and Caps. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these teams have been one-goal decisions. Here's Filppula, now to Stroman, lets it go. It's tipped by Callahan, centered in front by Stamkos, and taken over by Backstrom. Alzner couldn't get it behind Stroman. Filppula will drop it back to Carl as we near the 6-minute mark remaining in this third period. Carl through center, meanders into the zone. Alzner will handle it, working with Niskanen. Pass reaching Ward. Ovechkin takes it, fires, a save by Bishop.
You got to step up at that guy at that point there. When you take out Ward, he doesn't get the pass. If you step up and just take him off the wall, you don't have to kill him. If you back off and let him make that play, you got a good
pass ahead. Kucherov shoots and Holtby the save. Kucherov out to the point. Garrison rips one. Stick save Holtby off the handle of his stick. Palat to the point. Garrison out of the zone. Gudas will back it off.
2 good chances. 2 good saves.
Johnson trying to make a little pass to himself. Puck deflects back to Warpik.
You know, the guy that'll be more upset than anybody's going to be Kucherov.
Here's Brown on a steal, long range, driving it over the shoulder of Holtby. Comes down to Drouin. Helped out by Nemestikov, cleared out by Burakovsky. Barberio racing into the zone. Hands it to Brown, walks it in, feeds it in. It's deflected away by Wilson defensively. Nice read by Barberio. Puck lobbed ahead to Beagle. Taken over by Drouin. Jonathan the pass. Brown still down that right side. He's met there by Green. Beagle chops it out. Brewer playing it back. Jay Beagle derailed by Drouin.
What a nice play by Drouin. Beagle had some speed up going.
Good play there, and a nice little pass up to get the rush going just before that too, guys.
Yep.
Latta had it pried away by Carl. Held in by Green. No, he took his eye off it. It bounced by him. Chased now by Steven Stamkos, and it's played off the boards to center. Latta lifts it in. Strawman ahead for Callahan. Checked by Kuznetsov. Alzner works with Niskanen. Coming by Chimera, he was canceled out effectively, but the puck comes down to Kuznetsov. Swings in wide, they've got Fair in front, and the wraparound stop by Bishop. Fortunately, Kuznetsov had that in mind, and not going to Fair, it was open. Alzner watched by Boyle. Chimera unable to get it in deep. Strawman, another strong little play.
Oh, that play at the blue line. That's what you really have to make sure your D is up there making that play, because you know your forwards are going to be back helping you at this time of the game.
Puck taken away, centered in front. Backstrom stopped by Bishop. Puck still loose, and now it's frozen. Bishop foregoing the stick. Now Ovechkin involved in that scrum on the goal mouth. Tyler Johnson in there against him, and giving up about 50 pounds in that matchup. But the Lightning centerman battling hard against Tovey and company, and the Lightning lead it 4-3.
Big number there is that 2:50 remaining in the third. Let's take a look at tonight's 3 stars, brought to you by Steak and Shake. And the number 1 star, Nikita Kucherov. 1 goal and an assist. Brought the Lightning all the way back. Tyler Johnson has been just a force out there for that trio. To me, Eric Brewer's had a tremendous game defensively. Been a very big physical force, as well as moving the puck up very quickly. And he's our number 3 star.
Tough to argue with those selections, Chief. The veteran doing a good job carrying the puck up the ice, too.
Yeah, and really about the only guy back there that's been a real physical presence for them.
Shot by Carlson over the net. They end up with a Lightning player, Palat, in the net with Bishop. Ovechkin loads, fires, saved by Bishop. Johnson flips it out. Kucherov getting them to back off a little bit.
He is so good with his feet, isn't he, Chris? You see him down there. He takes a lot of passes with his feet.
Goes from, all while going from 0 to 60 in about 2 seconds. We always talk about making a difference when you're on the ice. He has every single time he's been on the ice.
Well, it's his centerman Johnson racing into the attacking zone. Kucherov with it, handing it off to Johnson, but he was well covered by Backstrom. Now to Niskanen on the rush for the Capitals. Feeds it across. Ovechkin fires. Saved by Bishop. What a stop and what a time. 2:01 to go in the third.
Ooh, I'll tell you what, that one might have stung a little bit, but he got over there quickly. Take a look at this passing play. Very quick right there, and there's that quick shot. But Ben was right there very quickly getting to that left side of the net and also out at the top of the blue, so you could take away a lot of the net.
Kind of did a little bit of new school, a little bit of old school, Chief. Not quite the butterfly kicking the one leg out and using his glove to make sure it didn't squeak through.
Exactly.
Filppula on. Caps win the draw. That shot deflected over the net. It comes down to Niskanen, turning now to Brouwer. Feeds it across, stepping up Garrison. Stamkos worked it free, and it's tapped down the ice by Garrison. Icing is the call against the Lightning with 1:46 left on the clock in regulation.
I would say this has to be probably the most physical game from start to finish that the Lightning have been in for this year.
Well, the Subway Student Rush ticket scores you the best available seat for just $20 and is available for all home games with a valid student ID by an Amalie Arena 30 minutes prior to game time. Yeah, it's been a funny game where Stamkos and Ovechkin haven't dominated like we thought you might, and anybody looking at this matchup would certainly rub their hands together anticipating that. A lot of the sturdy types have really had their say in this game.
Exactly. For me, that line of Palat, Johnson, and Kucherov again has just been outstanding for the Lightning. And I think when you take a look at Washington, the line that Fair plays on has just been incredible. With Chimera, they're not known as big scorers, but boy, they've been very, very solid in that offensive zone.
Well, you mentioned pick your poison also. Is they're going to rely so heavily on those guys.
Caps with the goalie pulled, 6 skaters on. As Brouwer playing it back around. They feed it to the point. Mike Green shot knocked down by Filppula. Green gets it back, fires, and it's off the stick of Ward and wide. The battle over that puck. Callahan trying to get it out. It's held in by the Caps. Garrison over there. Held in by Brouwer. And it deflects up into the netting behind Bishop. Let's see.
They're calling
deflect it all. Yeah, they're going to bring it out.
Yeah, they're calling it from outside the blue line.
Caps protesting. 1:19 to go.
If it was deflected by a player inside the zone, it stays in there, whether it's a defensive player or an offensive player, doesn't it? Isn't that one of the new rules this year?
If it's a shot toward the net, I think.
Yeah, it went off of Stamkos' stick.
So shouldn't be a question there, but let's see. Barry Trotz having his say. Lemelin now with Holtby stepping back into the bench. They thought about putting him back on the ice, in fact did, and now they're taking him out as the Lightning get control. Carl chipping it off the glass to center.
Big face-off win by Boyle there, guys.
Ovechkin with a head of steam down that right side. Cuts in against Matt Carl. Around the net he comes. Looks to make a play. Feeds Green at the point. A minute to go in the third. Ovechkin winding. Shooting. It's blocked by Brown. He's feeling that. Is trying to get to the bench. Ovechkin and the Caps re-enter. Ward. And behind to Backstrom. Johansson. Out to Green, now to Ovechkin from the circle. Shooting, it's off the stick. Bounced away. Stralman got a piece of it with his stick, and the Lightning clear with 33 seconds to go. It's shoveled now for Troy Brouwer. Lowers the shoulder. His backhander forced wide by guess who? Anton Strawman. He's got the puck. 21 seconds to go. It's sent off the stick, bounced to center. With it, Stamkos from his side of center couldn't make a play toward the empty net. Green steps up. He'll wrist it in. Bounce back to the corner. 10 seconds remaining. Strawman's going to eat it if he can. Caps with 3 men in there working free. Puck controlled by Callahan. Keeps it against the boards. 2 seconds. 1 second. And the Lightning win the hockey game.
Boy, I'll tell you what, look at that. You get all the veterans out there, the guys that have been through the wars, and tremendous job by Strawman and Callahan, Phil Palov, making sure, great move by Callahan, not firing it hard around the wall, just making sure it stayed behind the net and making sure that he throws it.
Now the Lightning can rest up and prepare for the Flames Thursday, the next game to finish off the homestand. What an effort tonight. Outshot 38-28 by the Caps. Ben Bishop, a huge game with 35 saves. Jason Garrison, a second consecutive game-winning goal. The Lightning win it 4-3. Lightning Live postgame.